Today, let's talk about a particularly awesome figure, Zhong Kui. In our traditional culture, Zhong Kui is the famous great ghost-catching deity, specializing in dealing with misbehaving ghosts and monsters. When you mention Zhong Kui, you might think of his fierce and menacing face and the large sword in his hand, specialized for exorcising demons. However, Zhong Kui isn't just a powerful ghost catcher. His story is truly fascinating and very interesting. Legend says Zhong Kui was from the Tang Dynasty. He was born exceptionally tall and mighty, though his appearance was, well, a bit scary. He had a pair of large eyes with a particularly sharp gaze, as if he could see right through ghosts and monsters. His face was very dark. His eyebrows were as thick as 2 brushes, and his mouth was also very large. When he smiled, he revealed a set of big white teeth, giving him a very powerful presence. But don't be fooled by his scary appearance. He was actually a very upright and just person. Zhong Kui's story begins in his youth. It's said that Zhong Kui was a very intelligent person, an excellent scholar, and full of knowledge. At that time, the Tang Dynasty had Imperial civil service examinations, so Zhong Kui went to participate. He thought he could definitely get a good score, and maybe even become a high-ranking official. As it turned out, although he did very well in the exam, because he was too ugly, the emperor rejected him as soon as he saw his face. Zhong Kui felt extremely wronged and thought it was very unfair. In a fit of anger, he ran to the wilderness outside Chang'an City and killed himself by smashing his head. After Zhong Kui died, he went to the underworld. Yan Wang, the king of hell, heard that he was a very talented and upright person, so he made him an official in the underworld, specifically responsible for capturing harmful ghosts and monsters. Zhong Kui already had a strong sense of justice, so he had finally found a place to use his skills. He carried a large sword and caught ghosts everywhere, capturing all the disobedient ones and sending them to the king of hell for judgment. The king of hell was very pleased with him, and even named him the great ghost-catching deity. Once, Chang'an City was haunted by ghosts. Many people were frightened by them, and even the emperor fell ill. The emperor hired many Taoist priests to catch the ghosts, but to no avail. Later, a minister gave the emperor an idea, saying, "Your Majesty, I've heard that Zhong Kui is a very powerful ghost-catching deity. Why not invite him to try?" When the emperor heard this, he thought it made sense and sent someone to invite Zhong Kui. Upon receiving the emperor's order, Zhong Kui came to Chang'an City without a second thought. As soon as he arrived in the city, he felt a gloomy, ghostly aura. He took out his large sword and began to search for the ghosts. Before long, he found the harmful ghost. As soon as the ghost saw Zhong Kui, it was so scared it trembled, unable to even try to escape. Zhong Kui subdued the ghost with one strike of his sword, and then sent it to the underworld to be judged. The emperor's illness was cured, and the people of Chang'an were at ease again. The emperor was very grateful to Zhong Kui, and even built a temple for him, so he could continue to catch ghosts in the mortal world. In our traditional culture, Zhong Kui's image is very interesting. Although he looks a bit scary, he has a very powerful presence. He is always wearing a black robe with a red belt tied around his waist, and holding a large sword in his hand. His face always wears a serious expression, as if he is ready to catch a ghost at any moment. However, Zhong Kui also has a very cute side. Legend says he is particularly fond of drinking vinegar. Every time he finishes catching a ghost, he drinks a bowl of vinegar, saying it helps to refresh his mind. Zhong Kui is very popular among the common people. Everyone regards him as a guardian deity. During the New Year, many people will post images of Zhong Kui in their homes, hoping he will protect their families and keep them safe from being harassed by ghosts. In some places, people hang images of Zhong Kui during the Dragon Boat Festival, because the Dragon Boat Festival is when ghosts are most active, and people believe Zhong Kui can help them ward off evil and avoid disaster. In some operas and stories, Zhong Kui is also very popular. Actors portray him very vividly, and as soon as he appears on stage, the audience gets very excited, knowing this powerful ghost-catching deity has arrived. There are also many stories about him. Sometimes he helps people catch ghosts, and other times he helps ghosts mend their ways. Anyway, in everyone's mind, Zhong Kui is a particularly powerful and just person. In our culture, Zhong Kui is not just a ghost-catching deity, he also represents a kind of justice and courage. His story reminds us that no matter what difficulties we encounter, we must face them bravely, just like Zhong Kui, who is not afraid of ghosts and dares to fight against evil. At the same time, his story also conveys a positive energy, letting us know that as long as we have a sense of justice, we can overcome all evil. Although Zhong Kui looks a bit scary, he is actually a very caring and just person. He protected countless people in his own way and also taught us a lesson. Justice will always triumph over evil. His story and legend have been deeply imprinted in our culture, becoming an eternal hero in our hearts. This is the story of Zhong Kui, a particularly powerful ghost-catching deity who protected us with his courage and sense of justice, and also made us believe that as long as there is justice, there is nothing to fear. Next time you hear someone mention Zhong Kui, don't forget, he is a great hero in our traditional culture.